starting with the Barcelona Dragons.
Trying to set up now and goes back the other way. Touchdown, Barcelona.
Wilman again, who's got a big hole ahead of him, and he's in. Touchdown, Barcelona. The extra point tacked on by Angoy. Jack Bicknell and the Barcelona Dragons are champions of the World League.
Dragons a sac.
Bona nit, benvinguts una setmana més a Dragons a sac, ara sí, programa setmanal on intentarem contar-vos tot el que va passant a la temporada de Dragons i sobretot anirem portant convidats especials com el que tenim el dia d'avui, que ja podeu veure així a baix de mi. Setmana post primera victòria, de moment tots contents, comença la temporada, comença diferent, comença no amb la millor de les... No ha sigut el millor partit possible o el partit que més ens agrada veure, però la realitat és que comencem amb una victòria i jo crec que és el que tots volíem. És veritat que era segurament el partit més fàcil, però veure Dragons pelear una setmana, una volta més, un partit més, començar perdent, remuntar, donar-ho tot i acabar guanyant el partit, crec que és el que tots esperem de Dragons. No esperem guanyar la temporada, però esperem que com a mínim ho donen tot. Com podeu veure, m'acompanya aquesta setmana el senyor Pipeta. Com està vostè?
Molt bones, Sackers. Doncs molt content perquè, tal com diu Milancito per aquí al chat, win is a win. Vam guanyar. Per tant, molt content d'aconseguir aquella victòria, molt treballada a la segona part, sobretot. Segurament tindrem temps per parlar una mica també amb el Jason, Sergi i Dòria de les sensacions una mica que ens han deixat del partit contra els mercenaris i bé, molt content i amb moltes ganes sobretot d'aquesta setmana que és un partit que a tots que en tenim ganes,
Senyor Sergi, senyor natiu anglès, senyor que es farà de traductor avui, que sempre està i que no falla. Com estàs?
Molt bé, moltes ganes. Poques paraules, jo vull començar ja.
Tia, que sèrio, tio.
No, vaig a ficar el mur aquí. Ara ja no es carrega bé.
Ja?
Ara.
Va, presenta't.
Hi, Jason. Jason? You meet?
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, Jason.
You hear me?
Hi, Jason. Yes, I hear you. Happy to see you here. You are here for the first week for the new Dragons. You know about the next match, Bravos. You know about who knows Bravos for the Dragons fans?
Yeah, I know about the game. I know the significance of the game. I know how important it is for Dragon fans. I know how important it is for Dragon players as well, which is something that we have felt a lot of this week. So it's been a long time coming to get to this game. You know, ever since the team was announced, I think the entire region looked forward to this matchup, but we're finally here, and I think it'll be a great game. Great game.
Jason, the last match we win our first match. It's a good news for the Dragons fan. But how do you want for this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we can continue to play with the type of resilience that we showed in the first game, I think that is something that will make myself proud and the rest of the ownership group proud, and also all the fans proud. You know, I think when we came up with the mantra brick by brick, it's kind of twofold. One, we're rebuilding. It's no question we're rebuilding. We lost a sizable amount of our roster last season. We also lost a number of coaches and a lot of people in the front office as well. So it's a rebuild. But a part of that brick by brick too is building something that we can stand on for a very long time, right? And I think that that's what this season is about. And when we watch games like last week where we come from behind, we're able to win, maintain, that is something that I think we need to hold on to this season and going forward as well.
We think it's so important building a new team. It's so important brick by brick. Your sentence, Sergi, you can translate Jason for our
Sí.
fans.
Bueno, ha dit que bueno, que al final primer de tot sap que la importància del joc, del partit, que és molt important tant per aficionats com per jugadors i bueno, que al final l'eslògan de Brick by Brick no només és reconstrucció de la franquícia en si, la meitat de jugadors, la meitat de l'estat, no? És construir alguna cosa o construir com els fonaments d'aquest equip i que puguin assentar-se a sobre d'aquests fonaments forts, que també és una mica el que es va poder veure al partit passat, que al final doncs, la motivació, la resiliència, això de no donar-se per vençut, doncs, va donar els seus fruits en aquest cas amb una victòria.
Sí. Jason, it's a great pleasure to talk with you a little bit. The fans, the Dragons fans, know the hashtag Brick by Brick, the mentality of Brick by Brick. Tell us about this kind of mentality. How important is for you this kind of mentality?
I have one other question. Why Brick by Brick and not like another phrase, or like you can say the same message but with other words? Why Brick by Brick? Did you you get the inspiration from somewhere, or?
Yeah, it's something that, it's a mantra that was first introduced to me when I was playing college football at Boise State. It's kind of a spinoff of one of the more popular coaches, John Wooden, who was a famous basketball coach at UCLA. And he had this pyramid of success. And that pyramid of success was made up of little bricks. And his idea was that the more of those bricks you can stack, you have the pyramid. I think when it came to us and really myself, I kind of came up with this in the dark last off season. I really looked at everything that went on last year, and I knew that if we were going to be successful, Elite Sports Equity, in our mission of building the Barcelona Dragons into the franchise that we wanted to become, it was going to take a process, but it was also going to take a lot of hard work. Right. And bricks, it's a reason why it's not feather by feather, right? Because it's not light work. It's heavy work to do these things, especially where we came from. We lost 10 games last year. We've had a lot of turmoil and just scrutiny around the business and around the team. So it's hard work. It's hard work, and it's going to take it all the time. I think the other part about it that excited me about it, as far as it relates to Barcelona and the region, is this is a city that's about construction and building, right? Whether you're talking about art, architecture, Sagrada, Gaudi, because it's all a process, right? Frame by frame, right? If we're talking about an artist paints a picture frame by frame and square by square. And then when you look back after, 100 years or however long it takes for Sagrada, 100 years, you have a huge, beautiful masterpiece. And that's the vision for the Barcelona Dragons for me and for Elite Sports Equity as well. It's doing these little things brick by brick. Last year we were able to have our first halftime show, right? That's one small brick, right? This year we got Levi Lewis, ex-NFL quarterback. That's another brick, right? We have the Dragon Pass. That's another brick. All of these things are a part of this grander vision that we have for the franchise. And I think it's important to use that term, because also if you build a building, you don't do it by yourself.
Yeah, it's a good sentence for the Catalonian people, because they are 13 years building the Sagrada Familia. Yes. I'm from Valencia. Here we say darrere del uno el dos. It means first the one, second the two, last the three. But you every time start for the one.
Yeah.
It's a first brick, the first number.
And when you look at just the wonders of the world, right? Whether it's Sagrada, the pyramids,
Chinese wall.
The Chinese wall, the Mayan temples, all of these things are here forever, right? And it took people coming along and working brick by brick, one at a time, together as a community, not separate of one another, but together. And that is another reason why I wanted us to embrace this here as Dragon fans, because it's going to take us together doing it. It's the management and putting together a quality franchise. It's the coaches and going out and preparing the team the right way. It's the players and executing their assignments and going out into the field of play and being competitive. But it's also the fans to show up, to come, to support, to be supportive, to be engaging, right? To get back to those days like we had in Montjuic, where we had 12,000, 15,000 in there. We have to do that. And that's if everyone grabs a brick, we can build a great wall, in my opinion.
Fas un xicot de resum, Sergi?
Sí.
Bueno,
Ha dit que bàsicament brick by brick ve de quan ella estava a college, a Boys Football, d'un entrenador que es deia John Wooden, crec. I, bueno, bàsicament ha dit que és brick by brick perquè al final és heavy work, és força, bueno, treball dur, que tu vas posant a poc cada un i ha comparat, per exemple, amb Barcelona, que és una ciutat de construcció, o la Sagrada Família ha parlat bastant, dient que al final tu fas petits detalls a poc, però que després quan mires veus que has creat una obra d'art i una cosa que dura pels anys. Llavors, al final és això en el que busquen el...
Bueno, s'ha tallat Sergi. Bueno,
en tinc una altra, En tinc una altra de pregunta, si voleu.
No, però ara acabar el que estava dient Sergi, que el resum és que totes les grans obres, parlava Sergi de la muralla xina o d'algunes obres grans, totes comencen per un xicot de detall i se van sumant fins a fer algo gran. Pipeta, pregunta.
Jason, tell us about the sportive face of the Barcelona Dragons. What do you expect from the guys, from the American imports, European imports, the homegrown young guys? What do you expect this season?
Yeah, so starting with the American imports, I think we've done a great job in stacking this roster with high quality American imports, not just with Levi Lewis, but Derek Brumfield, Dominique Shelton, who made a great play last week when we needed it as well, and Imani Donadale, who I'm not sure, I haven't looked at the statistics, but all-purpose yards, he had to be up there with everyone in the league last week. So I think that for them, though, it's about coming in here and being reliable, right? When I talk to American imports and we recruit them in the offseason, what I tell them is, you guys are the guys responsible for changing the game. That's what the American imports are on the roster for. When you need a play, they're there, right? That's what they have to do. And they did it last week. And I think Levi and all those guys made plays when we needed that. And that's their job. But also off the field and non-sport related, it's about embracing their culture, sharing our culture of American football, but also kind of not necessarily teaching guys because they're all equal, but being an example for the homegrown talent and what professionalism is about. The reality of the situation is professional football in Barcelona is new, right? We've been playing professional football in the States for a lot longer. So a part of their job as well is to be a quality example for the guys. And the EU imports, I would say, would fall into the same bucket, be change makers, be guys that can kind of, make up for our weaknesses on the roster and where we don't have as much depth on the homegrown side, but be leaders and be ambassadors. And I think it's a really special thing. I mean, this year we have several guys from the UK and now Thomas Middleton as well. You have a very diverse team, and I like that, and I really appreciate that. So just make plays when you're called on, and then I think from the homegrown guys, I mean, they're the heart and soul of this team. Like, this is their team, right? This is their team. This is a Barcelona Catalonian team. They have to represent and they have to show the world why the Barcelona Dragons became a household name in the first place, right? Continue to level up and play their game at a high level, which we have. We have some great homegrown players on our roster, man. I've always said this on the record and off the record. People talk about Spanish or Barcelona American football, and they say, "Oh, well, there's not a lot of talent." I disagree. And I think this year, this first game at least, we've shown it, and I think throughout the rest of the year, we'll be able to showcase it as well.
Bueno, bàsicament ha explicat que els imports americans han de canviar el joc, han d'ajudar a canviar el joc, no? És una mica el rol que haurien d'agafar. També haurien de fer servir de guia pels jugadors més joves i talentosos de la casa, no? Una mica per fer-los de mestres o acompanyar a millorar el seu rendiment i el seu nivell de joc. I, bueno, en gran resum, no? de totes les paraules que ha dit, que els jugadors d'aquí, no? Els jugadors de la casa, s'han de sentir doncs, portadors i sentimentalment doncs, aferrats en aquest equip, no? Perquè bàsicament és el seu equip, és l'equip del territori i se l'han de fer sentir seu. Bàsicament és el que ha dit.
We have two questions about three questions. First question, Ferry B asked us about our helmets. Will our helmets have dragon stickers in the game?
We'll see. We'll see Saturday. I don't know. I will say this. It was not something that was planned, but it looked pretty good in my opinion.
Now you are meeting
Yes.
ELF. We stay here for 3 years. This is the 4th year. You talk about be a professional, be a football professional, but ELF is not a professional in these things. It's the worst league I know. I know about these things for the shirt, for the helmet, for the statistics. It's difficult for us.
It's difficult, but there are partners, and that's what I tell everyone. And the thing is, we have to be smart about no partner's perfect, right? Whether it's a marriage, whether it's your boss, there's always going to be ups and downs. But I think the league has done a great job on creating a highly commercialized product and platform for American football. And for all that has fallen short, the reality of the situation was, if it's not for the ELF, we're not playing a game this weekend, and the Barcelona Dragons don't exist. So it's not all bad, and sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, and everything's not their fault either. Some things fall on us as a franchise. But again, I will say that the helmets, I don't know how you guys thought, but I thought that was one of the cooler throwback retro uniforms.
Yeah.
Happened. So
a lot of NFL teams wear alternate helmets like that. So it was pretty cool.
Merch, another teams sell alternative merch, but it's another problem. Joaquin 89 asked about if this year is possible by the play sheets.
The play sheets?
The game jersey.
Exactly.
So yes, right now the plan is we have the fan jersey that's up on the site right now. We call it the Heritage jersey, and we'll also have an authentic jersey, I believe, and then we're going to do a game worn jersey. It is something that will be exclusive to Dragon Pass holders, though. It is going to be something that it's customizable, and our Dragon Pass holders, for all of you and anyone that are here watching this, thank you. These are our associates and people that they put the money up and they support and buy in before we even go out and kick off. So one thing that we want to do as a franchise is make sure that we respect their respect for us, and make sure that they get first right to a lot of these things. But I've talked to our jersey provider last week, and we will be making the game-worn jersey available, which will come with a number customization as well as a name customization. But it does cost. These are game-worn jerseys. So like in every other league, it's not going to be your same price point as the fan jersey. But for those that want to get it, I think it's something great. I've seen them. I designed them, so I know I get a lot of, as the proprietor and manager, get a lot of bad notes, but I think the good note I would love to give myself is I designed these uniforms, and they might be one of the better looking uniforms in all of professional sports, if I must say. So I'm excited to help more people get their hands on them.
Yeah. I have a question. Previously you said that you brought the first halftime show last year. I don't know what can you tell us, but what can we expect next weekend with the kickoff, our home kickoff?
I can't confirm anything until the end of the weekend, but the idea this year is that every game will have somewhat of a theme, right? And entertainment's a theme, sports a theme, culture is a theme, art is a theme, music is a theme. So every game we're going to try to do that. One thing that will be a part of every game is kind of us honoring the youth teams and the amateur teams in the federation. So we've been strengthening our relationship with the Catalan Federation and the Spanish Federation to help showcase their players and their teams. I think that's a big part of our initiative is not only the Barcelona Dragons and showing up for the Barcelona Dragons, but all of our players were once Uralaki, were once Terrassa Reds, were once Badalona Drax, were once Bufals, were once Bucks. So we want to make sure that as we, broadcast American football from Catalonia around the world, that all of these teams that help create these players that we get a chance to play with get some credit and some visibility too. And we've done that this offseason with our local sports spotlight and a number of other initiatives. But that's something that we will have a part of our game day experience throughout this season and definitely in seasons to come.
And Power Party?
Power Party will be a power. It's going to be a power party. We're finalizing the DJ. I think it will be a good time. I think people will enjoy the individual and the music as well. So this is something that, and I appreciate the questions, but it is something that does take a lot of time, and it's all the way up to the last minute. We started off the season with 2 road games, and as I mentioned in the press conference, this is really our first year managing the whole thing, right? Last year we had a partner, and a lot of these things fall on that side. So things have taken a little bit longer than usual, just because I don't, as you guys can see, I don't speak Spanish, poco español, but nada Catalan for now. I'm learning some as I'm staying here longer. So all of those things impact the timelines and scheduling and all those things. But it's going to be great, man. And for those of you that have been to the stadium, it's a brick by brick to learn Catalan. I am. I know like 2 words. But yeah, that's amazing. But the stadium is a beautiful stadium. I think it's the best size for what we're doing right now as far as attendance goes. And and I want Dragons fans to think about this. Like last year, our best game was 1,500. Okay, the Spanish semifinal or championship with the Black Demons and the Battle on the Drax, which was played in the same stadium, got about, I think it was 2,000 spectators. Okay, and it was rocking. But our fans and our quality of play. Could you imagine what a game would feel like in that arena with 3,500 people or 4,000 people? And it is so important, for the fans to consider this, because players, we feel that. That's what we need to kind of like go. So you got guys like Levi Lewis, Imani Donadale, Derek Brumfield, Danny Franco, Chessie Brugnani. You got some really passionate, and great players. If they give you guys and give us the passion that they give us at a 1,500 attendance, imagine what type of American football you'd be watching if they were playing in front of a sellout. I've played in front of 50,000, 70,000 people, and when you play in front of people of that size, you do things that you didn't even know you could do before, because it's the collective energy. You're feeling all the energy of everyone in the stadium, and it just pushes you to new levels. So I think that's something for the fans to consider. And, we have to do a good job of putting on a great show. But I think, if you look at the game last week, and obviously tune in this weekend on Game Pass and also on the Liga Plus to watch this game versus the Bravos, we have a really, really talented and entertaining American football club. And it's something that you want to see in person. Seriously.
Sergi, tradueix un poquet perquè ha sigut molt llarga la resposta.
Ja. Li he preguntat sobre si hi haurà Power Party. Ha dit que sí i que intentarem que cada partit estigui ambientat en alguna cosa, ja sigui en com cultura, art, que hi hagi com una ambientació. I que també el que faran, sobretot, que ja ho estan fent durant l'off-season, però que ho faran també durant la temporada, és donar altaveu als equips locals, i perquè al final tenen part del crèdit en què molts jugadors, tots els jugadors han començat algun d'aquests. Llavors, han millorat molt les relacions amb els equips, amb la federació, i els hi donaran aquest espai. I també, la segona part del que ha dit és bàsicament que va haver-hi la semifinal Dimons contra Dracs en el mateix estadi, i va haver-hi una attendance de 2.000 persones, mentre que en el millor partit de la temporada passada van ser 1.500. Llavors, diu que ens imaginem que, comptant com són els nostres fans, amb la passió que tenen, més la qualitat del joc, que això és un boom, seria un boom d'espectacle, fer un sold out o ficar més persones de les que van haver-hi l'any passat.
És que això ens ha dit que era necessari, que és necessari.
Que és necessari, que al final també fa que la qualitat del partit augmenti, perquè al final els jugadors van ultramotivats, perquè es contagia l'energia i tal.
Vale, es diu Milancito, que no era el mateix estadi, però... Vale, però bueno, vale. Alguna pregunta més, xics?
Jo l'estic redactant, vull dir, feu-ne una altra.
I have a question, Jason, about this game. Who do you think has the most pressure on this game? Us, because we've been in the league for longer, or Madrid because maybe they have something to prove, because a lot of the players came from Barcelona, and maybe they are the new team, and they have to step in and say, okay, we are the new team in Spain, or us because we have to defend that we've been here longer.
It's a good question. I would say there's probably pressure on both sides, right? And I think the pressure on both sides is to showcase and to show people that the Iberian Peninsula can have two professional franchises and put a quality product out there and be competitive. I think that's a big part of the pressure. But as far as us, I think we kind of look at things like any other game, man. We got to go out there and win. We're coming from a situation where we lost 10 games in a row last year, so it ain't about, the Bravos. It ain't about, the mercenaries. It's about us kind of really, like to your point, proving to ourselves that we are the club that we think we are. So I can't speak for them at all, really. I don't know what pressure they might feel or might perceive, but I could imagine that it can be somewhat of a challenging thing to have your first game against a rival, considering, a number of the players have come from our team, but, it also presents an advantage for them as well. Right. So I don't know. We'll have to see at kickoff. And once I get there and kind of feel the arena, if there's any pressure, but, our guys are just excited to compete against the best players in the region, people that they've known their entire lives. In some cases, people they've played on teams with, played in finals against, and doing this on the big stage. I mean, that's really what I think about when I think about this game, honestly. It's the Bravos versus the Barcelona Dragons, for sure. But I think about the Chessie Brunianis, the Jordi Brunianis, the Elvis Nunez, guys that grew up playing American football here, and now they're going to be playing a Clásico, on La Liga Plus, like, it's that's the what I think about the most. But as far as pressure goes, we'll have to wait and see. But they got a well-coached staff. I know that. We have a well-coached staff. I know that. They've got good players. I know that. We've got good players. I know that. So we'll have to see what the vibe is on game day.
Personally,
Lluís, perquè estem tot el rato fent preguntes i no traduïm i crec que algunes persones estan perdent.
vale. Bueno, diu que bàsicament li he preguntat si creu que la pressió està en els Bravos per guanyar o si està en nosaltres i, bueno, al final intentant no molt pensar que al final són ells, és un partit més, vale, són els Bravos i tal, però no intenta pensar en, al final, les expectatives que hi ha del partit o d'aquesta pressió que hi ha. Que al final intenta enfocar-se en que és un partit més que han de guanyar i que també, bueno, pensa, per exemple, en com els d'aquí ara estan jugant un clàssic a la Liga Plus i que al final és això el que també és important, però sobretot no creu que cap dels dos tingui la clara pressió de guanyar el partit o de que hagi d'endur-se el partit. No sé si m'ha deixat algú.
Sí, bàsicament he dit això. It's artificial clásico. It's not a clásico. Barcelona has history and Bravos is the first year for Bravos. I think probably in 2, 3, 5 years, it's an important match for us because it's the other team of Spain, but really, Dragons has history and Bravos it's a new team. It's another match for me. Because when I'm not from Catalonia, and for me, Madrid it's another city, Barcelona is another city, Bilbao is another city, and for me, I think probably it's best match or it's best team for us or antagonist or the bad team for us. It's Paris, because Paris, I think Spain, France, it's no sé. I know it's my opinion. Bravos,
I personally think that all pressure is on them because everyone says that Bravos is like the Spanish dream team that has all these good players, and we kind of are the underdog. So I think that all pressure is on them, which I think is good, and I love that our players might not feel that pressure. I don't know about Madrid's players, but
if Bruniani, Posito, Monton are in Barcelona, Madrid hasn't a dream team. Pipe, te pregunta.
Sí. Jason, we all know all actions need money, but in a mid-long or long term, do you have plans to show this great sport to people who doesn't know anything about, to expand our fan base? I don't know if there's a plan for this season, but can you explain us something about that?
Yeah, I think there is definitely a plan, and I would say this too, man. Not a lot of these things that go undone. It's money is a factor, but money's not the only factor, right? There's a lot of timing, process, procedures, contracts, rights have to be considered to make things happen. But I think this year, whether or not we can get, I'm assuming you're talking about getting on local television, something like TV Tres, is an option. We'd like to first start with getting a match on, and we are, looking to a match this season to possibly try that. But I think in the future, we definitely need to have that. And I think the league and Jelko and Patrick, they've done a great job thus far in learning from some of the feedback that we've provided and creating some pathways forward for us to be able to do that. But it just takes time, and the other thing is, as I said in the press conference, we've been challenged with personnel. We've been challenged with everything, before we can think about getting on the TV, I got to get it on the field first, so we have it on the field now. And I think that in the coming weeks and months, should we continue to have momentum, look, and here's the reality, and I don't always like to put things back on the fans because it's not all about the fans, but it is in some ways. This is a business, right? That's the difference between professional American football and amateur American football. So you think of what it takes to be on television, right? It takes sponsorship, right? Someone has to buy the rights, right? Or someone has to pay for the advertising to be able to allow for this game to be viewed and produced by a television station. Well, when you look at sponsors, what do they look at? If they're going to come sponsor that match, the first thing they look at is attendance. Okay. Because if they have marketing photo calls, if they have pop-ups, the first thing they want to know are how many people are actually going to see this thing. And it's tough to sell people on, hey, if you put it on TV, they'll see it when the stadium isn't already full, right? So when you have a full stadium, it's a little bit more of a compelling narrative to think that there's an appetite for that sport. So those are also how we track our milestones. And like with anything else, you can't do two things great at once. You can do two things good at once, maybe not good, okay. But, for us, the priority right now is trying to figure out how to get more than 1,500 fans to watch a game. We have 23,000 followers on Instagram. Everyone loves to tell me about how in Montjuic we had 20,000 people, 30,000 people at the game. That's why I was able to be on TV, right? If we don't have those numbers, it's not the same comparison. So as far as plans, though, we definitely wanted to, because that is what helps grow the game, like you mentioned. But also, like, personally, I feel pretty proud about the product that Elite Sports Equity has helped put on the field. And I want everybody in the world to see it. That's why we're doing so much content that we're doing on social media and working with a viralized agency and trying to partner with the league more on stuff. I truly believe that this roster that we've put together and this team of people is one of the greatest stories in American football and in professional sports in the entire world. Like, I mean that. Like, it is. So we need everybody to see it, but it's brick by brick, right? We have to be realistic with our ask. If we can't get 2,000 people, 4,000 people, why would a TV station pay to block a time slot, for a game? So we have to get these proof points done. And I think the more we can communicate that and educate that to the fan base, and people can come out, and we've done the things, right? It's closer now. We have all of our games in convenient months. So in the past,
it's cheaper also.
Cheap,
it's
very
important.
Very, very cheaper. I'm glad you said that. I was trying to say it, but
it's something that all years people were asking, and finally this year last year there were some promotions, but the single ticket without promotion is way cheaper than last year.
In my opinion, the entire pricing model is a promotion when you think about what we're given, right?
We are talking about this 4 years. It's the same thing all the seasons. About the ticket, about the marketing actions, but if the stadium is empty, we need the people to live, to make money, and we make money to make actions, and all the seasons is the same thing.
And Dory, you're correct. And I think I said this in the press conference. I've definitely told it to fans behind the scenes. There couldn't be a better group than Elite Sports Equity to do this. But we need to prove it. No one is going to spend money to lose money. Just doesn't happen. That's not the American way.
No, it's a
I don't think
business.
it's anybody's way. You know, it's just not the way. But I want to qualify that statement. But if we do the things and we can sell it out. I mean, we have Jordan. We just got all our players outfitted with cleats and gloves by Jordan Brand after losing 10 games and having 1,500 people in the stands. Imagine what we could get if we have one game that's a sellout. Average attendance in 2,500. Imagine what type of resources and calls that management can make, the front office can make. And as I said before, everyone wants to be in Barcelona. So it's just a matter of us showing people why they need to be here, because they want to be here anyway. People want to invest here. People want to live here. People want to certainly spend the summers here. The Barcelona Dragons should be a premier entertainment staple here annually. We couldn't pick a better season to be playing games. In the summer in Barcelona, no matter what list you look at, it's either number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the best cities in the world, right? And again, but that goes back to the other point. How can we get to more fans? And I know marketing and promotions, and we've been in the schools. We have a campaign kicking off next week where we'll be in 70 digital kiosks around the city where people can buy tickets directly from a QR code. And it'll probably be one of our largest marketing initiatives that we've done through our partnership with Football Host and Hard Rock Cafe. But I also know that there's more than 1,500 people that want to watch this game because I read the DMs and I see it. So we got to get all those people in, bring all those kids out, all the teams, and then from there, the sky is the limit, truly.
Bueno, entenc que esteu en el xat sempre cascant el mateix.
S'entén bastant bé, el que diu, vull dir...
No, però me refereixo... Sí, no vaig a traduir, però vull dir que com anualment se va repetint sempre les mateixes preguntes, les mateixes coses i la gent va treballant o l'equip va treballant i n'hi ha el que n'hi ha. És un negoci, fa falta diners. Respon a això ja a les vostres preguntes, esteu tranquils o en la temporada que ve tornareu a preguntar per mateixes coses?
Bueno, jo crec que seguiran preguntant el mateix perquè sempre estem com en bucles constants, no? Sobretot els seguidors més afèrrims, però bueno, és normal també, no? Perquè doncs això, el que diu l'Isaac per aquí, que gent de Barcelona no sap que els Dragons han tornat o que estan vius de nou. Jo mateix aquesta tarda he parlat amb un company de feina, no en tenia ni idea de que l'any passat van jugar aquí a Terrassa i que tornen a estar, li he hagut d'explicar que és un nou projecte europeu, etc. No? Però bueno, són bucles i són preguntes que suposo que a través del que ha dit el Jason, les accions que es volen intentar fer, no? Doncs bueno, és on volen arribar, que és la seva mentalitat.
El que tinc tot clar, al final és que mira, vaig a ficar el que ens diu Carles Gat. For you, Jason, Carles Gat for you. Sergi, pregunta.
Us sembla que si fem preguntes més personals per conèixer d'ell, perquè de la temporada i tal... Sí?
Okay.
We're going to ask you more about personal, like about you, because we've known you, like your person for a few months and the project, but some people might not like know your personal life or more or less what do you like. So I'm going to ask you like few like silly questions and you tell me. What is your favorite food here that you've been like have you fallen in love with some food here?
I have, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna be the best answer. So here's I love chicken, okay? in the States,
chicken, no?
yeah, well, any type of chicken, like, but specifically, right now, just the basic baked chicken from Condis. The thing is, the food out here is so fresh, right? So I eat chicken all the time, but I've never tasted chicken like this in my life. It's just so fresh and organic. It's amazing. And the other thing is, this is what I eat. I eat it every day. So you want to know the life of me? This is my life. Okay, a little bit different than most managers and owners around, but I typically have a cafe con leche in the morning, con avena, paraiki, no paraiva. I sit and I rest with it. And then I typically from there I'll have a donut, normal donut. That's my every coffee shop I go to around, they know that I'm getting a cafe con leche y un donut normal. And then around 10:30, 11, there's a little corner store, and I go get a banana and an apple. And the apples here are just, oh my God. Like, I've never had apples like this. Like the
green ones or red ones?
Red ones. Fuji apples. Red Fuji apples. Amazing. I would say though, my favorite, okay, outside of the chicken, now I'm thinking there's a restaurant in Ejample. I'm drawing a blank on it. It's an Italian restaurant right there on the corner. No, it's in Hospital Clinic. It's right down the road from Hospital Clinic. I'm drawing a blank on it. I can get there. But they've got the best. The owner is from Naples, and they've got the best pizza in the world. It's the best pizza in the world. I mean,
pineapple or with
Beyonce. No, it's just straight. with the chili seasoning, and it's the best. It's the best pizza that you'll have in the entire world. I've taken friends there from out of town, and I've told them like, yo, because I've been talking about this pizza all over the States. I keep telling everyone like, this is the best pizza in the world, and they're like, oh, well, whatever. And then I take them, and I'm like, I told you, it's the best pizza in the world. So I'll have to
not
find
as much as Jesus American pizzas.
Nah, it's better. It's better than any American pizza I've had. Period. And I say that as an American.
Okay.
Aquest any una pizzeria de Barcelona ha quedat entre les millors del món en pizza, no?
Sí. No me'n recordo el nom, però sí.
I think this year one pizza maker of Barcelona wins a world
award.
No sé, I don't know.
Com es deia?
The best pizza in the world.
Sartoria Panettieri.
Or the best pizzaiolo in the world. I don't know.
I'll also add, just for the sponsors, Beam Super Gelato. I don't know if you guys saw the Beam stuff that we're using. So it's a sport gelato that is protein based. That's my new thing as well. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you make it over to Hard Rock Cafe Barcelona, wings that won't miss. You won't miss at Hard Rock Cafe Barcelona.
We have to show or invite you to a real Catalan experience gastronomic. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy it.
Please.
I can cook a paella for us. I'm a professional paella maker.
Oh, wow.
I win 2 times. ¿Cómo es el concurso?
Award.
I win 2 times paella awards here in Valencia.
Nice.
Què fem? Jo tinc una última, però ja és encarada al tema de la guia.
For the next match in Badalona, here in Valencia, we drink casalla. It's like anise. You know casalla? No, you don't know casalla. Casalla, it's a drink. The next match, I want you to try this drink. It's alcoholic drink. Yeah?
Okay, it has to be after the game. After the game.
After the game.
After the win.
Vale, però continua, Sergi.
No. Bueno, voleu més preguntes? No havia pensat gaire més.
Fem-ne un parell i jo cap a l'últim ja tancarem.
If you would like a new city in Europe to join the league, which one would you love?
You know, I would probably say Amsterdam. I played in college with a number of players that were from Amsterdam, and I know that they have a really great American football culture there. And I think it could be something that the fans would enjoy. London is obviously a great market as well, and they play really high quality ball. But I think Amsterdam, and again, that's just because I've played with players from there. I think could be really, really, really awesome. I think also just from a narrative perspective, if Rome could have a team, I think that could be cool. You have a mini Coliseum of some sort. And play a game in that way. But yeah, I would probably just say those two cities.
Ok. Bueno, cal que tradueixin o no?
No. Bueno, s'ha entès.
Vale.
Algun altre més?
Well, I don't know now, but do you have a ritual before the games or during game week, like something that you always do and you think if I'm not doing it, it's gonna go wrong? Or
I don't. I wouldn't say it's not, if I don't do it, it's going to go wrong, because I try. Sometimes you just can't get the things done, and you'll be all right. But one thing I try to do is I meditate daily, and that's just a standard practice of mine. But I try to meditate deeper and pray deeper on game days. And then when I get to the stadium, one of the first things I do is I always walk around the field. And I've been doing that since I was a kid. I just would take a lap around the field and walk across it. And, it's somewhat something that I just like center myself around the arena. And, as a player, I would always do it as like, hey, I'm kind of circling the field and where I'll go play. But now as a manager, coach, it's more of just, honoring the place that the players will go out and play, and kind of, also give me a chance to check things out too, see what the field is like, see if there's anything I need to talk to the players about, get a chance to feel the grass. When I was in high school, I'll say this is one ritual I had when I was in high school. We played on grass. I would always eat the grass before the game. And I actually did that in Switzerland last week as well, because it was grass. So I just took a piece and chewed it and ate it. But it's that's something that I always did. And I always would know that when I did that, it was like, all right, you've already become a part of the field. It's time to go to work,
Does Swiss grass taste better than American grass?
Yes, it was very good. It was very good.
Probably
It's a great piece. It's great for laying bricks.
Well, you don't have the permission.
I know a guy.
Pipeta?
Sí, Pipeta.
For finishing this interview, Jason, last week we announced that Dragon's Sack, this podcast, and the franchise will work together on publishing the digital magazine of Dragon Season. Let me show you how it goes. For us, it's a great pleasure. I don't know if you
no me sigues cutre y compartís.
No sé si podré. I try to share my screen. 1 second.
We need to be a professional like Dragons.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let me.
Espera un segundo. 1 segon. Parleu, feu alguna cosa mentre jo faig això.
Sí.
Oh,
yeah. Do you see my screen?
Okay.
No. Yes.
That's nice.
So this is how it goes now. We will try to publish it next week, so you can see how it goes. We need some more pictures of the players, but well, we try to do our best. I don't know.
Ves a la pàgina d'Imoni.
I like it. So
abans, quan l'has passat, jo llegint ràpid, havia llegit, en lloc de Imoni Donadel, havia llegit Dimoni Indomable. I me pareix un nom de puta mare i ha sigut... I can see the Milancito's page. Where is?
Què?
Que no veig la pàgina de Milancito.
What do you think about it?
I love
Jason?
it, man. So will this be available both on digital and print, or
we'll try to print some of them to make com es diu, Sergi, sorteig?
Hòstia. Ara em surt.
I don't know.
Giveaway.
okay?
Giveaway.
Well,
Okay.
let me ask you,
Yeah.
what does Ostia mean? I hear that all the time. Ostia.
Hòstia, it's like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
El què, perdó?
Eh,
M'he perdut.
No,
Hòstia,
què vol dir hòstia? Que tot el rat estem dient
Hòstia. Vale.
How do you spell that? Is it the O?
yeah.
O?
Ostia.
Hòstia.
Ostia.
Hòstia, it's I can't translate, hòstia.
It's like fuck or...
Sí, ja està.
Really?
Damn,
Hòstia,
damn.
it's, you know, when Catholics, you drink and you eat.
Yeah, communion. Yeah.
The body of Christ.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se diu cura, hòstia?
The priest.
They give you the body of Christ, this thing.
Yeah.
In Spain, it's hostia.
Ostia.
And the people says hostia for this.
It's like saying, damn it.
And you need some communion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I got something for you guys too. I need some help. Okay, so we found about 1,000 vintage photos of the Dragons, and you got yours, Sergi. Yeah. So you got yours. I got some more here. Okay, I got this one here. We got a lot of photos. We need help finding out who the photographer is. I mean, look at this shot right here. Look at this. These are some of the more beautiful American football photos, but we need to find a photographer. So if you know anybody, good, cool shots, Big Nail, back in the day, Team Huddle stuff. So if you know who has them or took these photos, please let us know, because we'd love to offer these to fans at some point, but we definitely want to make sure we know who the photographer is, so we can kind of give them some credit as well. And right now we're just sitting on about 1,000 photos, vintage Dragon photos that are pretty cool. You know, there's a couple with Jesus Angoy around here that are being just beautiful photos, man. So I would love to find out who these people are, and who took them more than anything. So that's probably the most important thing right now.
Well, we have a lot of audience who were big fans of All Dragons, so maybe they know someone or...
Check this one out.
Angoy? No, chiquis.
Yeah.
Sí.
I mean, just Angoy is probably the most beautiful athlete ever.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
No. He makes Jimmy Garoppolo look like a cartoon character. Okay. I mean, he's just so graceful in everything that he does. You know what I mean? He's a great guy as well. And I'm thankful to have met him and you know, be a part of the same Dragon family as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, if someone knows it,
Angoy know, or
no, he doesn't know who took them. He's seen them. We've given some to him, some special ones, but he does not know who took them either, unfortunately.
Probablemente, igual Gaby sí que Gaby knows about this. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, because I'm talking about, I mean, there's just so many photos. I mean,
Milancito say as Mundo Deportivo traduix.
There was some, well, when Old Dragons, Mundo Deportivo had reporters that took pictures, so I don't know, maybe someone from there.
Okay.
Mira.
Oh,
Probably
here
there's a
Ricardo
photographer
Rovira.
called Ricardo Rovira.
Okay. We got one name. This is becoming a real investigation. Photogate.
Yes.
The second gate of the season. You guys know about the first gate. That gate is still open. This is Photogate, though.
We will investigate.
Please.
Ricardo Rovira.
Vale, estaba mirando el LinkedIn de Ricardo Rovira.
Que no és. Ok, Sergi, podem despedir l'entrevista si d'això?
Well, thank you very much for having us. Maybe at the end of the season, we will have you back if you want to talk about how great it's going to be this season. And yeah, thank you again for having us. And if you want to say something.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I don't do a ton of media stuff because we're just so busy on the day-to-days, but I'm thankful for you guys for opening the platform to share some updates, and just want to reemphasize what we've talked about in both the press conference and here. Come out and support the guys, man. And that talking about the pricing and tickets and all of these things. I mean, obviously, I feel like with the team that we put together and the experience that we offer, we could charge more, and we could have charged more. But one of the reasons why we didn't is because I have somewhat of a responsibility, and we have a responsibility to our players who stayed loyal to us and that decided to continue to help build the Dragons' legacy. And I wanted to make things, and we as Elite Sports Equity and our front office wanted to make things as accessible as possible for all people in Barcelona and Catalonia. And we've done that. And if we can deliver on that, there's no reason why we should have to change from that either. So it's just a matter of time, and let's just keep it going, and brick by brick. And thank you.
No se me ocurrió millor manera per acabar. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jason. See you soon. See you in Badalona. Chicons.
If anybody's coming to Madrid, we need it loud. We need it proud. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of fans going there.
We need it loud. We need it proud. We need it loud, and we need it proud. This is a game. This is a game, and we're looking forward to it. Our players are looking forward to it. But we need people there loud and proud. So please come out and support not only the Barcelona Dragons, but the ELF as well, and American football here in Catalonia and in Spain.
I don't know if you know, but there were like a lot of fans that go in there, and the Madrid Bravos said that they're not allowing drums into the stadium, and there were fans that wanted to bring the drums. So
for our fans or for their fans?
Okay.
I don't know. They said that it's not allowed. I don't know if it's something about this game, and then after the game, like after next week, it's gonna be allowed.
It's Madrid rule. It's not from Bravos. The rules in Madrid are hard in these terms, and I think you can't.
Però han dit que en altres partits sí que deixaven. A la final de Spanish Bowl es veu que sí que es van deixar.
I don't know, but I think it's like Bernabeu and Atletico Madrid Stadium. It's the same terms.
The
Dragons are going to be there, and we're going to have shoulder pads and helmets on. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Bye,
Okay, Jason. See you soon. Take care.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Bueno, senyors. Majo el Jason,
Sí. M'ha flipat lo del pollastre,
Sí. La millor part, no?
El meu gos està ficant nerviós, tio, perquè Mira, veus, están ahí tots, ¿vale? ¿Ya?
El fitxarà,
Ahí está, que volia preguntar-li algo a Jason.
A veure,
Sí.
per tothom que ens estigui veient o escoltant, crec que hi ha molts camps que s'han comentat pel xat, que es volien preguntar, aspectes econòmics, aspectes del relleu de canvi de comandaments, per dir-ho d'alguna manera. Crec que per, no sé, crear aquest primer contacte, aquesta primera presa de contacte amb el Jason personalment, clar, penseu que era el primer cop que venia al podcast. Llavors, crec que ho hem fet bastant amè, crec que hem parlat una mica de tot, hem parlat de pollastre fregit, que també li ha agradat, no?, de menjar. Llavors, crec que ha estat no sé, una entrevista, una conversa acceptable. Evidentment que hi ha molts pals per parlar, aspectes econòmics sobretot importants, o màrqueting, o accions que s'haurien de veure i no es veuen. Bueno, lo típic que hem anat parlant.
Ara no sumen. Ara no sumen.
A veure, d'aquest tema, perquè és que, a veure, sempre estem el mateix. I jo, en el xat intente que passem un poc el tema perquè, bueno, tots sabem els problemes que n'hi ha hagut, no? I al final, la veritat no la sabem. No la sabem ni nosaltres ni vosaltres. Perquè jo per almenys no sé la veritat. Jo sé el que m'ha contat la propietat actual de l'equip i sé el que m'ha contat la anterior propietat de l'equip. No te puc dir més. Ficar-se a fer xuis de valor de que si té raó Jason, si té raó Bar, si... Perquè l'altre dia, d'una cosa que jo sí que sé segur, perquè me l'ha dit Jason i perquè me l'ha dit Bar, una cosa que n'hi ha ahí, l'altre dia veia al grup que la gent parlava sense saber i donava opinions. No, perquè legalment, no, si és que no sé què, si tu una deu... O sigui, no teniu ni idea, no parleu de lo que no teniu ni idea, perquè és que no... I creiem que nosaltres som un programa per a passar-se-ho bé, per a divertir-se i per a disfrutar de Dragons. I entrar en totes aquestes merdes, al final... Sempre
bueno, que tampoc no som equip d'investigació, no? Més enllà de buscar el fotògraf que aquí ens han...
Això sí, ahí sí que investiguem.
Sí. Bueno, sí, ara aprofito per felicitar...
Per ficar comentaris que et fiquin guapo, no?
La fica jo.
No. Aprofito la benentesa per donar l'enhorabona amb totes les lletres i en majúscula als Riudom Rebels per guanyar la Copa Catalunya, la Lliga Catalana. Sempre al cor i els putos estimo. Els putos millors.
Vas deixar impacte.
Sí.
Som un programa de l'ELF.
Ho volia dir, ho volia comentar perquè em surt dels ous, ¿vale? I tu no tens dret aquí a dir-me res, sinó al carrer. No, ara en sèrio, tornant al tema Jason, crec que...
M'ha agradat l'entrevista.
Sí, m'ha agradat bastant.
Tot el tema del brick by brick i tal, ja el sabíem, la mentalitat de la que ell parla m'agrada. M'ha agradat el punt de parlar en ell perquè la impressió que com a mínim jo tenia en la temporada passada era de este home està desubicat.
Jo anava a dir el mateix.
Està desubicat i no sap on està. I és veritat que parlant amb certes persones ja m'havien dit, no, és un poc, ell vol portar el business, tal, però no és el que pareix i tal i qual. I sí que és veritat que, com a mínim, de paraula, l'he vist molt centrat i sabent on està.
Sí. Bé, al final també, una mica tornant-lo a màrqueting, ha entès malament dels quioscos que es ficaran molts cartells que es pugui comprar.
Això per la temporada vinent, ha dit, no?
No ha dit per les setmanes.
Com?
És que jo he entès per la setmana vinent.
Ha dit per la setmana vinent.
I no sé, això ho haurem de tornar a escoltar, però crec que ha dit que faran tot el possible perquè aquesta temporada mateix es pugui almenys televisar algun partit per Esport 3, no?
Ja, però, claro, el tema és tal...
Però és una bona notícia, no?, que almenys s'està fent l'esforç.
Sí, i també algo que cal remarcar i que també ho va dir al kick-off de press conference, que ell és conscient que hi ha coses que no s'han fet bé, que es podrien fer millor, que si promoció, que si comunicació, que si bla, bla, bla. Però que al final la preocupació número 1 d'aquesta off-season era que els Dragons juguessin. I ho ha fet. no tenia, perquè ha dit, hi ha coses que no es donen per diners perquè és un factor, però hi ha molts altres factors que són el temps, temes legals i, bueno, sobretot timing. I en aquesta off-season li deu haver faltat, o no, li ha faltat temps per les altres coses, perquè era no em ficaré a promocionar una cosa si no tindré equip. Llavors ha fet equip. O sigui que quan vulguem criticar que si han faltat coses, que si s'ha fet fatal, que si no, aquest fin de jugaran els Dragons. I això és un èxit.
Sí.
Veient com estava el
panorama. Este tema crec que està molt trillat perquè sempre és el mateix. Que és el que li ha dit a ell.
No és el mateix.
Portem 4 temporades a la mateixa.
Però és que a les altres temporades tenies el front office fet. Aquest no tenies el front office fet. Ell ho ha dit, tenia un partner i no el tinc ara. I vaig haver, o sigui, i a la kickoff press conference va dir que en un moment eren 2 persones només al front office de Dragons. O sigui, aquí sí que m'estic ficant a defensar bastant el Jason perquè amb això té raó. Altres coses potser no...
Però bueno, a veure, també és decisió seva.
No, sí, no tot és culpa seva, però també...
No, no es tracta de culpes. El que es tracta és de que...
Té part de la raó de que hagi sigut així la cosa, però que al final...
Sí, però, a veure, si jo vaig en un cotxe a 190, m'estampe i després dic que 190 és molt ràpid. No, jo anava a 190 perquè volia. Vull dir, ell si en un moment tenen 2 persones al front office, segurament tot el que passa a pretemporada, o sigui, tot el que passa la temporada passada, que acaba sortint part del front office, que se'n va a part i tota aquesta cosa que passa, és perquè en ningú moment, i això ni crec que siga ni de fent caure ni l'altre. El que crec que no han sabut treballar junts, jo no sé per què, o sigui, no sé si és per tema Jason o per tema Bat, no vaig entrar perquè no ho sé, però el que no saberen treballar junts la temporada passada va arribar a que part del front office de Dragons se n'anara, començant per Bart.
No, sí, això és 100%, però també la
situació... No dic que siga culpa de Jason, el que dic és que no saberen treballar junts i això va portar exacte, molt del front office de l'any passat va acabar molt cremat. L'any passat se donaren unes situacions que no tinc ni idea, si és per tema Bart, si és per tema Jason, si és per conforme ell arribar, si és per conforme l'altre se n'anà, però tot desemboca a que passe el que passa. Tots sabem, o nosaltres sabem, que en algun moment la Elf li diu a Dragons si no me presentes algo, este any que ve no jugues. I això nosaltres no ho farem públic perquè, evidentment, creiem que era innecessari sumar aquest pessimisme a lo que ja estava la gent que no veia notícies i no veia coses. Però la realitat és que s'ha treballat i el que deia Jason, el primer partit està Dragons ahir i este segon partit estarà Dragons ahir. A partir d'ahir n'hi ha que construir alguna cosa nou. Siga brick by brick, siga la Sagrada Família o siga com vull dir-ho. Però tot
chicken by chicken.
Chicken by chicken.
Chicken by chicken.
És el nou.
El chicken sigui del Condis i sigui el que més li agrada.
El del Condis.
Sí, el Condis.
Digueu-li que vaig a Bonària, per lo menos.
Ja. Bueno,
què fas el que vulgui?
Amb bitllets es construeix el que diu. Sí, ja, però és que això també s'ha respost, Jason. Ningú va a comprar un equip per perdre diners, per ficar diners ahí. Si tu no tens un retorno de la teva inversió, pots vindre així en 10 milions d'euros. Tu vens en 10 milions d'euros...
També he parlat de com els antics Bravos omplien estadis, però clar, és que si em compares el capital que hi havia darrere... És un peix que es mossega la cua.
Però que això ho vam parlar moltes voltes. Omplien estadis, perquè les entrades moltes eren regalades, l'equip anava bé, n'hi havia un espectacle de jugadors americans que tu no podies veure normalment, perquè de tota la gent... Ja, Bravos no està fet aquest any per guanyar... Bueno, no vaig entrar a contestar tot això.
I tot i això, jo no veuria gens malament que regalessin una bona part de les entrades que saps que de facto no les ompliràs. És a dir...
Ja, però és que això és molt difícil, perquè...
Parlant d'entrades...
Pagaries si et pogueres tindre gratis?
No, però que això, per exemple, el bàsquet del Lleida, i el Lleida és un equip que a nivell de Lleida, que estem parlant d'una ciutat relativament petita, però que cada divendres regalen part de les entrades i sempre es crea com un ambient molt... Hòstia, no ho sé. A Lleida, 130 i pico mil, potser? Una cosa així. No t'ho sabria dir. Però bueno, que em vinc a referir que és això, que no sé, que aquestes accions a vegades poden ajudar. Si regales una part de les entrades, no et dic que la meitat de l'estadi, una part, doncs mira, no sé, a lo millor agradarà i tornaran, o després a la propera setmana faràs un 2x1, però bueno, com que jo tampoc no sóc expert en la matèria...
A veure, a lo millor sí que seria, no totes les... Joder, és que sempre estem en el mateix. En certs partits de la temporada, dir avui gratis, i que la gent vagi i conega. Però si tots els partits fiques lo dels menors gratis, sí, perquè al final els menors tenen que anar en pares i els pares paguen. Lo dels gols a 5 euros, doncs potser també. Però aquest tipus d'accions poden estar tots els partits. Però n'hi ha altre tipus d'accions que la gent demana per a tots els partits i tu, jo què sé, a mi me la sua, jo pague entre viatge, hotel i tot, jo cada partit me gasto 400 pavos, me la sua. Però que una persona que a lo millor és un esforç pagar la entrada, si té l'opció de no pagar-la, no la pagarà. Entonces perdrà aquesta entrada i estarà en gent gratis. Una altra cosa és que facis un preu més reduït, que intentes... No sé,
l'etern debat.
Parlant d'entrades, abans estava mirant les entrades de Bravos. Bueno, no m'anava a Ticketmaster, no sé per què, però vaig mirar fa uns dies i, bueno, és que no sé fins a quin punt estava omplert o no, perquè hi havia com molts sectors que estaven...
No, perquè segons jo vaig llegir, van obrint segons van omplint.
Clar, és això, llavors, tio, volia cotillejar i... És que, clar, els sectors que estaven habilitats sí que estaven planets, però, clar, no sé, avui no ho he pogut mirar, no sé per què no m'anava.
A veure...
No sé si algú té info d'això.
No tenim la mostra... O sigui, no... És el primer partit que es juga a Madrid. Suposa que a la comunitat que allí seguís la Lliga Nacional i tal es llamarà l'atenció, sobretot perquè hi ha molts jugadors i la rivalitat aquesta...
I al final també molts són dels Dragons. Els Dragons també van uns quants allà,
Exacte. Ahí és el que està dient jo, Matt, que tu pots fer algun partit de dir, este partit que entrada lliure ho petem a la Power Party i que la gent, o sea, si me tinc que gastar pasta en una Power Party, que siga Isa perquè la gent flipe i dic, hòstia, torna el pròxim partit. Però bueno, és que ja, estic avorrida de parlar sempre.
Bueno, Dòria, doncs anem tancant perquè sempre... La setmana passada no volíem parlar de la temporada de l'any passat i aquesta. I avui parlem...
Tio, que me retire, que ja no veig més programa, que no vull parlar de res. Meu gos vol passejar i ja està. Encara tinc que fer el sopar. O sigui, fills de putes. M'he quedat a dormir a 2 hores de casa, estic així, per arribar al programa. Perquè no
et queixis que estàs molt tranquil aquí. No et queixis que estàs molt tranquil.
Ja, ensenya on estàs, Jo ojalà estar en la teva situació.
A veure, vaig a veure...
Retir espiritual.
A veure si puc... Sí.
Està canalitzant la victòria del dissabte.
A veure, les vistes et veuen?
Sí, més o menys.
Bones vistes, no?
Sí. Al monte.
És la meva... Mira, veus? Vigues de madera...
Molt rústic, tu. Molt rústic. Vinga, va, doncs, com que desvariem ja i comencem a fotre el ruc, anem plegant.
Bueno, pues vaig a ficar la musiqueta. Hòstia, una cosa. Tio, no l'han ficat avui, tio. Perquè, clar, no em parla de...
Mira, no hem analitzat ni el rival, que tampoc val la pena, perquè ja mos els
coneixem. No querem analitzar, si no l'han vist jugar encara.
Sí, no, però mitja plantilla ha jugat amb nosaltres, vull dir, els coneixem, no cal analitzar. No hem parlat de la victòria contra Mercenaris. Jordanov, que li haurem de dir Yardanov, puto amo. Me va agradar molt.
Crec que era el xat de l'Ale. Gavi la veu abogava per nacionalitzar-lo català i dir-li Jordinov. No sé si va ser el xat. No sé si va ser el xat nostre.
Sí.
o al xat de l'Ale, no ho sé. Però bueno.
Sí. En aquest pas sí, Milancito, farem doble programa, però ja... Estem derivant. Dòria, no miris el mòbil.
No, que algú m'ha dit alguna cosa.
Ah, vale. Qui, Jason?
El que m'està escrivint per ahí, diguem-me coses, era Milancito. Pregúntale a Jason per què no juga.
Bueno, va. Dòria, tot teu.
Ah, sí, vaig a ficar lo de adiós. Vale, vinga. Però, hòstia, que si fiqui la... Puc ficar la sortida del col·legi? Puc ficar la sortida del col·legi, quan ja no la gasta ningú?
No.
Bueno, xics, ens veiem la pròxima setmana després de la victòria contra Bravos.
Esperem que sí, va.
Adéu.
Poseu-vos força Dragons, sempre.
Dragons a sac, el podcast que parla dels dragons per la millor de les aficions. Segueix-nos a Twitter a @dragonsasac